Welcome. It is the Ski Bum Podcast, episode number 322, and it is your pals, Mario and Brian. Mario, what's up?
Feeling a little tired, but a little energized at skiing starting, man. I tell you, life is wearing me down, but skiing is keeping me alive.
It's been a hot minute, too. We were up at Boston at Snowbound. We were hanging out. We were shaking hands and kissing babies, what we do at these sort of events. Met some great people, had some good times.
Little bout with COVID after. I'm fine.
Played some miniature golf. I lost my voice.
Mini golf was fun.
Mini golf was fun. It was a crazy time. And we'll get into it a bit. And we'll also have you guys check out our wonderful interview that we had with our new friend, Caroline Proulx, who is the Quebec Minister of Tourism. Quebec was rolling hard at Snowbound. They had a bunch of different resorts there, and they're really trying to get Americans to come up and visit Quebec and some of their great ski areas, because it really isn't that much further away than if you're going up to northern Vermont. And the big draw, the US dollar crushing the Canadian dollar, so the exchange rate is well in Americans' favor. So
yeah, I was talking to one of the people from one of the areas there, I guess the Northern Township, which is like another collection of ski areas in that whole part there. And they were saying they're splitting their advertising dollars, especially going into next year, big time, where they're trying to advertise more in New England, which is pretty neat, interesting to find out.
Yeah, they were really going after it. So we'll have more, and you can hear more from Caroline. We'll have that in the main topic. But thank you so much for listening. We do appreciate it. Check us out, skibumpodcast.com. We're on the socials, X, Facebook, Instagram, Untapped, at Ski Bum Podcast. Do you love the show? Do you want to help us out? Patreon.com/Ski Bum Podcast. We got the information there. There's different levels. We're putting in the baller one right before Thanksgiving, right before Small Business Saturday, the $100 tier, where you can become a associate producer of the podcast. You'll be on there every episode.
Nice.
If you want to hit that tier. And we're going to have better defined tiers as well. Check it out, patreon.com/Ski Bum Podcast. We got a shop too, skibumpodcast.com/shop. Apparently Black Friday started last week. People are just I don't know if you're seeing it by you, but I've seen more Christmas lights. Christmas lights have been up this week. Like, people aren't even waiting for Thanksgiving anymore. They're barely waiting for the Ides of November. They're just putting stuff up. Like, it's Halloween's over. Chuck your pumpkin. Throw the witch back in the closet. Break out Santa. Break out the lights. I mean, it's crazy how many people have Christmas lights here.
Everybody's opening up lights and spending like crazy. You would have thought we were just out of COVID.
Well, people spend money. People actually hire people to put up their lights here. It's crazy. And we got something in the mail, and it's like, hey, $700 off your decorations. I'm like, $700 off? Like, what are you charging? $5,000?
So that's what we've been reduced to as a society. You can no longer go outside and hang your own freaking lights. You got to hire somebody to do it.
Think about Chevy Chase in Christmas Vacation.
Yeah. Something to be proud of. Not anymore. How much did you pay for that? Did you hang yourself? No.
What would Sparky Griswold say if he saw you hiring someone to put up your Christmas decorations?
Crazy.
Clark W. Griswold Jr. would be embarrassed for you. So, yeah. What he would not be embarrassed about is you going to skibumpodcast.com/shop, picking up a hoodie, a hat, t-shirt, whatever you need for you, for loved ones. You want to look great? Look at this shirt. This shirt, I think, is still the most underrated shirt we sell. The skiers looks like some sort of possible football team that exists. Maybe they're good. They killed the Giants, but the Giants are terrible, so it doesn't even matter. Check it out. You may find something cool. There's not much new in there. I'm going to be honest. We haven't created too many new designs this season.
The classic.
The classics, the throwbacks. Everyone loves a throwback, right?
If you don't have it, it's new to you.
Bingo. Check it out. Also, the good folks at 10,000. I'm a big fan. 10,000.cc. We've got a special code in there. If you want to get some sweet gear for training, ski season's already starting, but you still have some time. Bang out some workouts, do some burpees, a little stretching, maybe some yoga. 10,000 has your back. Athlete-led design. Iron sharpens iron. The only way to become your best is to work with the best. Their motto is better than yesterday. At the heart of 10,000 is the idea of pursuit in business, fitness, life, and skiing. We believe in moving forward with a quiet dedication to constant improvement and to becoming just a bit better than we were yesterday. Go to the site 10,000.cc, use the code B Schneider 15, one word BSCHNEIDER 15% off. I'm not wearing anything of theirs right now. I'll be honest. I did just
Wearing
order
nothing at
2 more
all.
pairs of
Why?
pants. No promises below the waist at this point. It's a Friday night. Anything's possible. But yeah, check them out. They have really
Free.
cool stuff. I'm a fan of the interval shorts. Those are my favorite. I got a couple pairs of those. I just ordered the interval pants. I needed some new joggers. I was rocking them in Boston. It's snowbound. I wore them a couple days. I love them. They're great.
You don't often wear pants, but when you do, you wear those.
They are my go-tos. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
So check them out. 10,000. Thank you so much. Mario, let's kick this off the way we always do.
It's time for Après Today.
So today I really thought about Après for a little bit, and I was like, I gotta mix it up. I've been getting stale. Like, I want something alcoholic, something new, something fresh, something that I just haven't had before. So kind of looking through the liquor cabinet, I'm like, I got to start clearing shit out. Like, there's stuff that I've gotten as gifts that's lingering around, sitting in the back of the bar. And I'm like, let's start getting this bar going. So I decided to dig out. I think this was part of like a set that I got, and I never tried it before. So I figured, why not try it today? So I am drinking today Disaronno Velvet Cream Liqueur. Right now, on a hot day, this wouldn't be good, but it's a cream liqueur. So I figured, you know what? It got a little bit cooler out.
Disaronno cream liqueur was a bad choice.
It was a bad choice, right? So I'm wearing my lounge. I got some new lounge pants that have skiers on them. So I'll show you what they look like. Pretty cool.
Look at that.
Nice, right?
Lounging. Very nice.
Lounging with skiers on my pants. Like
Love it.
Thinking about skiing, but lounging. So I'm in my new lounge ski pants. It's a little cold in here. I'm figuring I need something that feels a little like I want to sit by the fire and drink like a nice little cocktail. So I went out tonight for dinner, had a few cocktails, and coming back, I'm like, yeah, I was going to do bourbon, but then I'm like, let's try this out, see how it is. So it's a cream liqueur. Got it in glass with a few cubes of ice because it was warm. It was not chilled. I would recommend probably chilling it so it's a little cold, and then maybe put a few cubes of ice.
Disaronno cream liqueur. So Disaronno, for those who don't know, that's an amaretto, correct?
It's an amaretto liqueur, right? It's an amaretto.
An amaretto is like an almond-based flavor.
Yeah, it almost tastes like marzipan.
Is it almond and cherry? Is that what amaretto is technically supposed to be? Or is cherry something that... Like, what is amaretto? Does it have...
So amaretto is bitter almonds, peach stones. Like, it has like a lot of different flavors, but it's very almondy. So it's character steeped in almonds, apricot pits, and peach. It sounds like a lot of flavors, but all you really get is you get little slight tones of the peach and the apricot, but really what comes through is just tastes all almondy with like a little bit of nice hinty flavor on the back end. Now this has like, because it's a cream ale, it has, I guess it's made with cream, but you don't have to refrigerate it. So I don't trust anything that you don't have to refrigerate. So I guess you could make your own cream ale from amaretto with amaretto and cream, kind of like people make their own Baileys. But because they make it like this, it's like Baileys. You don't really have to refrigerate it. And then you just put it on ice and drink it. So it's kind of, it's like an almondy milkshake. Ooh. It's pretty damn good with a little bit of kick of, a little bit of alcohol. It doesn't taste like there's any alcohol in it. And it's 17%.
So that would actually probably be really good in coffee, wouldn't it?
Yes, you could definitely put this in coffee. I'm having it just on the rocks, which is Reminds me like a White Russian,
Okay.
right?
Like a white Italian.
This is a
Because
white Italian.
Di
Yeah,
Serrano, it's from Italy.
from Italy.
It's like
It's
a
all
white Italian.
Bada Bangu is Italy. Yeah. So
Yeah.
so
Okay.
this
So
is
at first I
Italian. I
was
went out for a nice Italian meal tonight. So this finishes it off pretty good.
Olive Garden, little Hospitaliano,
little
endless
little
breadsticks. I know.
little tour of Italy pasta. Yeah.
Tour of Italy. Oh, I know all about the tour of Italy. I once ate a tour of Italy before a hockey game, and not like hours before a hockey game, within an hour of a game. I think closer to 30 minutes before the start. And I will tell you, it was the worst food decision I've ever made in my life.
You know what? Italian food though, like I should be 800 pounds because, and
Yeah.
this is why I don't live in Italy because like just going to Italy once and eating there, you're like, I could just be a 400, 500 pound fat bastard because
But the
I could eat
pasta's
like 2
different there.
meals.
The wheat is different over there. And you
Yeah, they're
can't,
using the semolina, the no
it's the heirloom
preservatives.
wheats. They don't have all it's not as
Yeah.
refined as it is here, where they've over the years, they've GMO'd it and refined it so that it yields more, but lacks nutrients
Junk it up.
and a lot of the complex carbohydrates. So it breaks down as simple carbohydrates and sugar, which is why so many fatties are in line at the Olive Garden every Saturday.
Boom. That was a lot of words just to explain how the fatties are in line at the
Pretty
Olive
much.
Garden. But I agree.
Interesting fact. My first job, the building I worked in was Di Serrano Plaza.
Look at that.
They had pictures of
Look at that.
amaretto bottles on the walls.
Nice. A bunch of alcoholics running around that place.
I guess I didn't realize that Di Serrano was able to buy a building and rent it out.
Dude,
God bless
this
them.
shit is like popular. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's around. They got commercials. There's a lot of backing to this, but I don't know. You have a little taste of Di Serrano. It's actually pretty damn good. Like just straight on the rocks. This cream liqueur. I actually thought I was gonna hate it.
Mhm.
I actually like it a lot. It's kind of a dessert, but not too sweet. I don't like anything anymore that's too sweet. This really doesn't have a lot of sweetness. It's really kind of got a good flavor, and I'm very surprised. So it's very subtle. I'm not a big eggnog fan, and this is where I'm thinking like there's a lot of Christmas talk today. I'm probably gonna have to take out a damn Christmas tree this weekend and put it up because I got the fake one. I talked my wife into getting a fake one, which I'm very happy about. I do love a regular Christmas tree, but it's just such a pain in the dick, and we don't have kids, like little kids in the house. So I'd rather just take it out of the garage and got stormy. But that's the other problem with the real tree. He eats the tree. So it's not great. The fake tree he won't eat. But yeah, we were talking about Christmas and I'm thinking, what am I going to drink? And I'm like, I hate eggnog.
That's your first thought?
What
the fuck am I going to drink with this tree?
We're going to drink with the tree and
Me
the
and the tree are
Christmas
going out. Grab the eggnog, grab the amaretto. We're going out drinking tree.
Well, I feel like I'm missing out when other people are drinking eggnog. And I'm like, it kind of grosses me out, the idea of drinking liquid eggs with rum. Like, I could have anything else with rum. Raw eggs are not my idea of what I want to drink with rum. So I could have my own bottle, pack my own bottle of Di Serrano cream liqueur and just kind of drink that. And people would be like, what is that? None of your goddamn business. This is mine.
Yeah.
Let's be sitting there just getting hammered on this stuff. 17%. I gotta say it's legit. It
take
goes
a
down
long
like
time
milk.
to get hammered off of, though.
I could see myself putting this with cereal and eating it.
Cereal. Not a bad idea. You could dunk your fruitcake in there. It'd be a beautiful thing for Christmas.
Dude, Christmas morning, I want to get hammered right away. Just pop this in with my cereal, my Fruit Loops, and it'd have to be like something like Raisin Bran or something like just bran flakes and just freaking or shredded wheat. Not frosted, just shredded. Just put this in there. That'd be actually pretty good.
We started a new holiday tradition last year. My wife made homemade cinnamon buns Christmas morning.
Nice.
And I said to her after my first bite, I'm like, we can't make these more than once a year because they are so goddamn good. I mean, these were off the charts. I mean, homemade from scratch cinnamon buns with the caramel, the everything. And now I'm thinking those cinnamon buns dunking in that could be a home run. I'm already counting down.
Junk.
I don't care about presents. I don't care about time off. All I care about is this goddamn cinnamon buns right now.
Dude, you have that with little Disaronno Velvet Cream Ale. Boom.
Mm.
It's like that could be the next sponsor of the podcast. Disaronno Cream Ale.
Yeah. Hey, maybe we get some custom skis made by maybe Peak and Disaronno could make us some special custom skis.
Custom foil Disaronno skis. Boom.
Foil.
Gratis to us.
This is also kind of a precursor to one of the stories we're going to have later on. So that's why we're bringing it up. So
I'm surprised that this is that good. I'm very surprised.
I am too. Now I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
And I got to score a bottle. Christmas is coming.
You got to look in your bar, man. There's a lot of hidden gems in there.
Oh, dude, I was telling my wife yesterday.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm like, I have moved things to two different, in the past, I've only lived in 3 places in the past, 17 years? And I've moved stuff from the place 17 years ago to the last place I lived at to here. And I'm like, am I ever going to drink this? Like, am I ever drinking this bottle of, is it Shaska? Is it that Brazilian?
You gotta drink it now, man. You might be dead by the time you get around to drinking it. Right? If you die and never drank that, you're missing out on experiencing it.
The problem is there's so much stuff I have that I'd rather drink that I know I like.
Malort Cream Ale. We're missing out on that.
Malort Cream Ale.
That actually might be better than the regular Malort.
It sounds like it could really improve the holidays of Chicagoans everywhere.
I wonder if you put Malort in this, if it tastes any better.
Bulletproof Malort Cream Ale.
Bulletproof.
Bring Chicago
bulletproof, back. Bulletproof coffee with this shit in it, with the Disaronno in there. That'd be pretty damn good.
Yeah.
My mouth is watering thinking about that.
Oh. All right. I'm getting my app right today now. So we talked about how we're both sick forever. I was making the comeback. I started getting that little tickle in my throat again because I basically have my kids like sneezing in my mouth every day at some point.
Daddy, open your mouth. I chew.
Well, it's like I'll say something to. I'll be going to say something to them, and they will turn and just sneeze in my mouth, and it's just gross. I mean, I've wiped so much booger, like gallons of boogers in the last couple of weeks. Got that little tickle today again. I'm like, no, it's not happening. I'm done. I'm not getting sick again. So I decided I'm going back. I went back to tea tonight, and I got my traditional medicinals, which I love. I got some honey and some lemon, but it needs a kick. It's Friday night. Needs a little bit more. Got to turn it up a few notches. So, Mario, I know you're a fan of this. I got Asbach Uralt.
Dude, that's the cure for everything.
Now, this is the 3-year. This isn't the standard Asbach. This is the extra aged one, which is my go-to. This is what I use for Glühwein. I use this for tea in the wintertime.
Asbach, what is Asbach?
I mean, it's a brandy.
It's a brandy. It's the German brandy, right?
German brandy, exactly. But now, because it's been in 3 years, it's considered a fine old brandy. You a fine old brandy girl.
Fine old brandy. Come on over here, you fine old brandy.
Brandy the singer? I mean, she was young then. Now she's probably fine old brandy.
Ladies and gentlemen, now on stage, Brandy. So if you're ever naming your kid Brandy, just saying.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, it is matured in limousine oak casks.
Limousine?
That sounds like a coffin to me. But...
So it's a cask in a limousine? They age it?
You said you had your limousine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Asbach is a fine and noble distillate through traditional.
Because it rode in a limousine is fine.
Through distillation, careful storage for at least 3 years in limousine oak casks, and the secret Asbach maturing and refining process.
I gotta look up limousine. What is a limousine cask?
Probably kind of wood, I guess. Asbach Uralt, aged 3 years, acquires its unique and distinctive taste. There you go. So it's a fine old brandy, and it tastes delicious in tea. And if you know what brandy is basically similar to whiskey, but it uses grapes instead of, if you're using a bourbon, it's a corn mash, or a rye uses a rye mash. So this is made with grapes, I think. And that's why if you have cognac, I think that's from the cognac region of France, just like the whole champagne thing, right? Sparkling wine, champagne.
Right. So I looked up limousine barrel. Cognac ages exclusively in wooden barrels made of a certain type of oak called Tronquet or Limousin.
Look at that.
So it's a type of oak, but that's what they use for cognac.
So this is almost cognac.
So it's a brandy aged in cognac barrels.
But that's what cognac is, a brandy. It's just
Fortified, right? Is it fortified?
Is it fortified? Oh man, once I leave the bourbon territory, like I know whiskey, when it gets to brandy and cognacs, things get a little
I know port's
fuzzy.
fortified. I thought cognac was a fortified type of wine. I don't know. I'm all confused.
I thought it was fancy brandy. Not fine old brandy, but just fancy brandy.
Fancy brandy. Yeah, so cognac is made from wine. It's a fortified wine, and it's a type of brandy.
Okay.
So I guess I don't know.
Brandy generally refers to a distilled spirit made from fermented fruit juice. It can be produced using grapes or other types of fruit, such as apples. Calvados, Pisco, Armagnac, and Applejack are all types of brandy. Unlike cognac, brandy can be made anywhere in the world. So here we go. Cognac is a type of brandy. To earn the distinction, the spirit must meet certain specific criteria. Named for the region where it's produced, just like champagne, cognac must be made in the state of Charente in the Cognac region of France and be made from white grapes from one of 6 territories. The Ugni Blanc grape variety is the primary ingredient, and the grapes from Grand Champagne terroir are the most coveted. So there we go. So I was kind of right-ish.
So they're saying they double ferment wine to make cognac. It's very interesting. A lot of stuff that we don't know. Like here I am thinking cognac is just like a bourbon or a whiskey, but no, it's actually like fermented wine. Like that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they distill it and it's aged. And at Hennessy, they have a tasting committee of 7 people that meet from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. to taste about 40 different samples.
Every day? God damn, that's a job.
Every damn day.
Every damn day.
Eau de vie, as the individual distilled spirits are known before the blending. It takes 10 years
I got a lot
training.
of inappropriate jokes that go along with that, so I'm going to hold them.
10 years of training before one can join the committee, according to the brand's ambassador, Jordan Bushell.
He's hammered all the time, and he half knows who's the actual taster or not, but that's a job.
Yeah.
Wow.
You could do worse. So that's pretty cool. So we learned a little something today. Cognac.
You know, it'd be great
brandy.
if you could be that taster that does the cognac and do double duty as the taster for Ben and Jerry's. You do both?
I mean, you'd probably die an early age, but the stories and tales you could tell.
You think your heart would give out first, or your liver would give out first? Which one? Just saying.
It'd be a photo finish, probably.
A photo finish.
It'd be a photo finish. Like
I don't know what killed him, Doc. I don't know.
It was close. Let's go to the videotape.
That's right. And the survey it's inconclusive.
Yeah, inconclusive. Let's call it a draw.
Oh God.
Well, there's no calling it a draw as to who was open first up in Vermont this season.
Let's go to ski news.
So we talked about last episode, good old ski ward in Mass just totally shocked the world and was the first place to open. Granted, it had to close again because it got warm. But when it comes to the Northeast, good old Killington was able to do what they did best, and they opened just a few short weeks ago. And then they keep opening more terrain, which is great. And now, as of recording today on Friday, November the 17th, there are 4 resorts that are officially opened in Vermont. We've got Killington, we've got Stowe, we've got Okemo, and we've got Sugarbush. So nice start up there in Vermont. Always happy to see that.
Well, they have the World Cup coming out this weekend, next
Thanksgiving
week, right?
weekend, yeah. And knock on wood, they should be good to go. They got one warm, possibly rainy day on the Wednesday before, but it's going to drop and get pretty cold after that. And those guys are absolute masters in preserving the snow and getting it cranked up again. So I think, knock on wood, they should be able to pull it off again.
Nice.
But speaking of debuting, as we're debuting the places that have opened in Vermont, there is a musical that is debuting in London about the Gwyneth Paltrow ski trial.
Now, if anybody doesn't remember this, do you
How could
remember
you
it
not?
on the TV? And I was floored. I was like, I can't believe this is on TV. And it was on like Court TV or whoever carries it. But it was then it started getting carried like nationally. And like every night, people were watching the Gwyneth Paltrow trial. And it was like,
Had it not been
what is
for
going on?
Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, this would have been the trial of the century because it was so
Exactly.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Gwyneth Paltrow's legal battle with a skiing optometrist is getting the musical treatment. Gwyneth Goes Skiing is set to debut in London this December from self-described harbingers of queer chaos, Awkward Productions. Linus Karp will star as Paltrow, while Terry Sanderson, the optometrist who collided with her on a Utah ski slope in 2016, is played by Joseph Martin. The show also features original musical by singer and songwriter Leland. Gwyneth Goes Skiing is based on the court trial between Paltrow and Sanderson that took place earlier this year. Sanderson filed suit against the sliding door star after their collision, claiming he was left with a concussion, 4 broken ribs, and a brain injury. He was very injured. He
I
originally
lost my
sought
glasses.
he originally sought $3.1 million in compensation. Paltrow, who said Sanderson was the one who had skied into her, countersued for $1 and attorney fees, which were
Was
probably
it Sanderson
$2 million.
or Sanders? Ah, right.
She's the goop founding, door sliding, Shakespearean loving, consciously uncoupling Hollywood superstar. He's a retired optometrist from Utah. In 2016, they went skiing, reads the log line for Gwyneth Goes Skiing. On the slopes of Deer Valley, their worlds collided, and so did they. Literally. Ouch. 7 years later in 2023, they went to court. Double ouch. This is their story. Kind of. Not really. But also, it's at Christmas. So the show at London Pleasance Theatre, which runs for 10 days from December 13th, will see audience members participate as the jury. So this sounds weird, bizarre, and kind of interesting.
You know what I love about it is she's an actress, a well-known, celebrated actress, and they have to get other actors to play her in this play. It's just kind of like, it's pretty wild. It's just kind of interesting.
I mean, you can't expect Gwyneth to show up right before Christmas and be doing
That'd be
10
great.
days in London.
It'd be great if she did.
Wouldn't it be funny if maybe one day she shows up as like the guest, as a guest, unannounced guest star?
Plays herself or plays another juror or something like that.
She
Like
should
that.
play
It's
Sanderson.
weird. That's
Wouldn't that be
even
great?
better.
Yeah. Or
She
it
could
be like
act out how it was for her, the whole interaction.
or she does the one-man show. One
One-man
woman
show.
show. One broad show. Just
That's right.
she's both characters. She's Sanderson and she's herself.
That's really should be on Broadway. Boom, boom, boom.
Or imagine they had Nicolas Cage and John Travolta and it's Face Off, but it's Gwyneth and Sanderson.
Oh, even better.
Right.
Johnny Depp and Amber Heard play the two parts.
Perfect. There you go.
Boom.
We are idea guys. That's what we do.
Boom. You
Idea
take the
guys.
poop away from the bed and you put them both in costumes
yeah.
and let them act.
You have like Sanderson hit Gwyneth and then she poops. Like it could just we could really
Poops
really
on
go
stage.
somewhere with this.
And then people would be talking, she really pooped on stage. It was not fake poop, it was live poop.
I mean, she really is she's a method actress. Like she really gets into her role. Now, my question is
She's
this
meth actress, yes.
meth actress, yeah. Now, is this musical, is it going to just focus on the trial or are they going to have like reenacting of the incident too? Like, are they going to have like some on snow portions of the musical? Because that would be really interesting.
But there has to be, right? It's a musical. So they're going to be singing about, I crashed into you, like whatever they're doing, like, and acting shit out. Like, that's got to be pretty fun.
This guy's an optometrist, but from what I see, he can't see shit. Like,
how you crash into somebody as an optometrist?
Can't you see all my beauty? How could you crash into me?
Oh yeah, that's gold right there. I got to get the soundtrack for this because it's gonna be gold.
And here's what I'm thinking. So my first thought, because I hope they do have skiing scenes in the musical. What about if they bring it over to the States and they do it at Big Snow?
Oh,
Big Snow could be the stage for
even
the
better.
US version of it. So they can
Okay,
actually have the trial take place on the snow.
how about this? The Italy Olympics. You acted out in Italian on the slopes. Boom.
Could do that.
Opening ceremonies. Boom. Who needs an Olympic torch? You just act this out on
Well, they always have those
in
things they
Cortina.
do during opening ceremonies, like all the weird stuff. Here
Oh,
they
and
could
the
actually have like
Italians
a
do
real
some
thing.
crazy stuff. You ever see like the Italian circus, whatever that is called? They do that crazy, like they got the crazy clown things going on. Like that'd be,
Well, the
it'd be pretty
Chinese one
wild.
was pretty insane when they had the Beijing Olympics. They had
Yeah, I
some
don't think
pretty
I
crazy
watched that.
stuff
I
going on.
boycotted. I
Yeah,
boycotted.
you showed them.
I showed them,
You showed them
assholes.
as you order from AliExpress the next day.
That's right. Hey, cheap is cheap.
There you go.
I got a whole NFL jersey for $5. Come on.
We all have our price. We all have our price.
It's an official NFL jersey, man. Look at the label.
I mean, it's spelled official with one F, but you know what? Works for me.
Hey, I don't know who the chefs are, but they're fucking good.
Patrick
That Mahomes,
Mahorns,
he plays for the
amazing.
chefs. Mahorns.
Patrick Mahorns.
That's right, for the chefs. Fucking great. This stuff is gold. $5.
Yeah.
Come on. Everybody wants one.
Can't beat it.
Oh yeah. Whew, I'm gonna be on the lookout for that. I gotta get my hands on a they gotta have the soundtrack out. This is gonna be good.
I hope so. I hope someone
All
does like
right,
a pirated
so-
version of this.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be one. It's gonna be like with the person standing up, coughing, and getting out of the movie theater.
Old school. Yes.
For the show. Old school it. All right, so next up we got Colorado snowpack is 46% below average for November 10th. Now, this is from Unofficial Network. They have a whole story and they actually have a chart, which I like. They got a little demographic chart of like the area and where everything, like how much percent below average are they? And they're saying it seems like it's lacking something throughout last month. Incredibly wet summer. It felt quite like a dry fall. So there's been a few storms here and there, and the Front Range got its first major snowfall of the year just a few weeks ago. But it still feels like there hasn't been much white stuff falling. So they actually did some analysis, and they figured out that in general, it's 46% below average compared to November 10th throughout the last 7 years. So it's pretty interesting. So they're saying it's not like it's nothing about cold. They're just saying they're not getting the snow. So I don't know. They're saying maybe it's waiting. Maybe it's going to come later. So
yeah, they did say the one good thing is they're not going to have any snow until at least Thursday of next week. Even in the mountains. But the good news is that the last time they had a dry November in 2017, the state finished the winter above average in terms of snowpack. So waiting.
Dump it all at once.
Dump it all at once. Yeah, have like a crazy January, February. Because they have another article from June 17th, 2019, and their snowpack was 761% above average.
Wow. So that's where you got to plan a trip now with the low snowpack. Maybe they're offering deals and you plan it now and all of a sudden, boom, you're going to be in Snowmageddon.
Yeah, Airbnbs are available. They're cheaper. So you do it now before, there's a forecast and 2 feeters coming. So now's the time.
You got to roll the dice.
Think ahead. Plan ahead.
That's right.
Well, speaking of planning ahead, are you looking for some new skis?
Always.
Are you just going to buy some used skis, some demos? Or are you going to treat yourself right? Did you work hard this year? Get yourself something nice. How about the top 7 most expensive skis on the market right now?
Boom.
And there is an asterisk in this story because I went and checked it out. Foil skis. They are working on a new website. It looks like they're going to push out some new merchandise in the near future. But right now, their skis are not available. Their $50,000 skis in the fancy velvet violin case are not currently available. So you're going to have
Well,
to...
I think it also, I don't want to be a spoiler, but I will say there's a rumor that they may be a sponsor of our podcast. Just a rumor. Can't confirm or deny. Don't want to confirm or deny. Just saying.
Our people are talking to their people. We've heard some things.
I heard word on the street is, right?
Yeah, it's no big deal.
Same.
It's no big deal. Number 7, Porsche collabing with Head for the 7 Series racing ski for a whopping $2,425, which does include head bindings. You can try to back your claims of fastest on the mountain with the help of the 70 millimeter underfoot racing skis, available in 156, 163, and 177 centimeter lengths, all sporting a combination of red, blue, gold, and white. Tips and tails of the top sheet have Porsche written proudly. Also, at the same price, there's a similarly designed 8 Series rally ski with a wider 88 millimeter underfoot. Very nice. Next up, number 6, Bomber times Bentley collab, Black Diamond Edition, $27.50 for this one. So we're going up already a few $100. The ski is limited edition collector's item that measures 88 millimeters underfoot, available in 161 or 171 length. Show off the bold Bentley written dead smack in the middle of the bases and the logo on the tips of the top sheets. Only 200 total pairs were produced. It does include Marker Squire TCX or Marker Griffin 13D bindings. Number 5, Bogner, the 90-year anniversary ski. These actually look really cool. They're bamboo and red, old school looking Bogner skis. Will set you back $3,900.90.
Damn.
It does include Glide Control premium bindings, black carbon ski poles, and retro inspired grip and an exclusive ski bag. So
even the ski poles look a little retro.
Everything looks very classy and old.
Yeah.
That bag looks nice. It looks almost like a like a gun case.
Dude, that bag is badass. That's like people are gonna steal the bag. Let's put it that way.
Bag's pretty nice, yeah. So they combine traditional craftsmanship and vintage look with updated modern technology. You can definitely expect to start a few conversations with these. Given that they were produced in a strictly limited run, you will very likely never encounter another pair. Willy Bogner is a retired German ski racer who later moved into filmmaking and ski fashion. Number 4, Faction collabing with Prada Linea Rossa Prodigy 1.0.
I hate these skis.
You can jump and spin through the park. Carve groomers with these twin tip 88 millimeter underfoot Faction by Prada collab skis for $4,500. It does include
the whole big
ski
Prada name on it. Kills it for me.
An institutional cover. All mountain ski available 164, 171, or 178. Limited edition skis come with a serial number engraved on the surface. Both Prada and Faction are displayed on the base of the ski, so getting them in the air to show off is a requirement. All right. We're starting to get into the extra insane zone now. Number 3, Balenciaga ski wear skis.
I hate these too.
Aren't they like the friggin' like pedophile people?
They're all pedophile people. They're all fashion whores.
Well, I think these are like the extra like blood.
Extra fashion whores.
Like devils eating children's souls in their commercials, pedophiles. So these silver and black skis.
I'm just going to type in Balenciaga pedo and let's see what comes up.
You're going to be on a watch list.
People online are convinced Balenciaga is promoting ads for pedophilia.
Okay, so if you're a pedophile who wants $6,290 skis, I think we have found you a solution.
Might as well just have the Nambla edition, right? What the fuck?
Nambla. These don't even include bindings. So again,
they don't even include bindings. Bunch of pedophile sons of bitches.
And of course, it's 69 millimeters underfoot. Are you fucking serious?
There you go.
These are meant to stay strictly on piste in lift lines and directly next to the slope side bar.
The little
Limited
kids
editions.
by this
Yeah,
kids area.
to like kids
Fuckers.
school. Ugh. Limited edition skis
Creepy.
made in Italy come in either 167 or 174. And the
Creepy, and I
website
hate
claims,
them.
who buys this?
NAMBLA members.
I
that are
don't
rich.
even understand who would buy that.
People that go to Fuck Island buy these.
Yeah. These are like the Epstein edition skis.
That's Epstein.
Epstein
They're
binding.
signed by Epstein.
Yeah.
Epstein bindings. Epstein 140 bindings. Whatever it is.
All right. Number 2. Zegna Black Zai. If discreet and luxurious is your forte, for $7,540, you will hardly stand out in a crowd with these Zegna Black Zai skis. The ski comes
These
in
I like.
165 and 171 with a 67 millimeter waist width. Both models feature cutting-edge sandwich technology with natural rubber, ash poplar, and titanol. Titanol?
I like it Titnall better. Sounds
Yeah.
better.
The
Sounds
graphic is
sexier.
basic with Zegna on the top sheets and blank black bases. Now, for that
So
price,
it's
you do get
anal or tight anal.
whoa. It did
It's-
basically it's spelled tit anal. Yeah.
Sound it out. Tit anal. How do you say that?
It was like
I'm just sorry.
the old SNL with rest in peace Norm Macdonald as Burt Reynolds.
Oh, no, when they used to have Sean Connery on Jeopardy.
That was that one. Yeah, it was Sean Connery, and they'd have like Burt
Yes.
Reynolds. He's like, Burt Reynolds has changed his name to Turd Ferguson. Yeah, Turd Ferguson. Fine name.
I'll take tit anal for 40. Whoa.
Ape
It's
tit.
titano.
It's appetite.
Ape tit.
Ape tit. Pretty much.
It's not tit anal. It's titano. As
Can I
in
get some
titanium.
extra tit anal with my skis? There's only so much tit anal we can put in your skis, sir.
Put a little extra tit.
The Balenciaga ones, they're happy to give you more tit anal.
That's right.
Of course they are.
Oh my god.
Creeps.
Creeps.
For that price, you do get a logo embroidered carry bag and strap on with Velcro fastening. Oh,
Whoa,
strap.
whoa, whoa.
Sorry.
You lost me at strap on.
PRD 12 GW bindings with power rail and anti-friction slider. Wow. And a pair of
Wow.
telescopic carbon ski poles.
See, that's classy. I like the telescopic
deal.
poles.
All right, now number 1. Zai Saint Laurent skis. Taking first place for the most expensive skis available to purchase. Zai Saint Laurent skis are for an absolutely outrageous $12,500.
Buy 5, one for each day of the business week.
Yes. The 164 centimeter skis are made of rubber, ash, and poplar wood, as well as tit anal. Also sporting an all black on black look, the skis have Saint Laurent written on the bases.
So they make them with rubber. Is that like part of the sandwich? Because that's pretty interesting. I notice a lot of them say rubber. So I'm wondering if that's to, damper the chatter and stuff. Like,
Yeah,
'cause that's interesting.
Would help with the flex, but rubber's pretty heavy.
Yeah, but I'm
Right?
wondering if they just put like a little in the sandwich to kind of damper it. Like,
Maybe.
interesting. A lot of them listed as some of the makeup of the ski. Of course, there's the tit anal, which is just a magical like property. I don't know how they make that.
We have maximized the amount of tit anal we have in our ski. It is impossible to add more tit or anal to this ski. I assure you.
It's
We've
made in
tried.
the Austin Powers like factory.
We tried adding more once, and no one wants to talk about it ever again.
It's from the Austin Powers factory off of Lake Titicaca. We can go on and on. It's horrible.
Well, we got one more story because it is going to be holiday shopping season.
Oh yeah, holiday shopping season. So if you're at H&M, you may notice that they're coming out with a H&M Move new snow collection, and it looks pretty cool. They got a little throwback, a little modern stuff. So they decided to come out with a new affordable winter performance wear range for men and women. So It's designed to give a fresh perspective on performance. And it's exclusively at hm.com/move, and will launch in 2 drops November 9th and December 28th. So some of it's out now, and then they're going to come out with a second whammy right after Christmas, heading into the new year and the peak of ski season. So they're saying it incorporates multifunctional performance, a cost-effective price point to be available to more people. And they're saying it has trademark fabrics that have normally been available to like the snow industry, but they're bringing a lot of that stuff, to their brand. So they're saying a lot of their stuff is windproof, waterproof, breathable fabric. They have their own version called Storm Move, partnered with self-heat retaining Thermo Move and quick drying and moisture wicking Dry Move. So their collection is the Move collection, apparently. So interesting to see. What do you think, Brian?
I will tell you, that purple jacket is so fresh. I love that. I would, if we don't have
That is a 3-layer shell with colors including black, gray, white, and purple.
It's got Storm Move TM. And I'll tell you, if we do not have a outerwear sponsor, I may have to pick up that purple jacket and rock it all season, because it is dope as hell. It's only $299, which
That's not bad.
Matches up to what they claim is a really good price. And they have it in my size right now, which is wonderful. It also has a huge chest pocket, which is nice. Do we have a it's got the
You have a huge chest with all that tit anal going on.
Hey, stop it right there. It looks like it's got a powder skirt. It's got a nice big pocket in the front. It's got the pockets for passes in the wrist. I mean, it looks great. Like, it looks really nice.
Did you go to the actual Move site?
I'm there right now. Yeah.
Oh, you're there.
And it comes in 2 colors, black and purple. The dark purple is really nice. Damn.
If anybody from H&M is listening, we are looking for sponsors. So if, you want to hook us up,
dude, they're
we can
saying
rep you.
And 20% off.
Damn.
With that, I may need to just pick this up just to say I have it. And that's the perfect shade of purple. It's almost the same color purple that we have as our it's this color purple.
Yeah.
Which is
kind of an eggplant
color purple. It's, according to Yeti, it's Nordic purple.
See, Yeti makes up their own colors. Like, I want to know who do they use? Prismacolor? Like, who's the one that really
Pantone?
Pantone. Yes.
Yeah. Well, Panettone is the Italian dessert that goes.
That's the bread.
Serrano in. Yeah, exactly.
Panettone is the bread.
Pantone is the color system.
That's like the fashion industry standard, right? For colors, or
it's the design industry, graphic design industry standard. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have goggles too at H&M.
Yeah, I'm looking at the goggles. The blue ones look pretty cool. They got base layers. They got everything to fit you out. And I tell you what, this isn't going to set you back that much.
If there's any industry that's ready to be disrupted with lower price items, it's the ski outerwear industry. I mean, who the hell wants to spend $800 on a shell from Arc'teryx?
So here's a perfect example. I'm talking to somebody at work today, and they're like, they're going next week to a trip. They're going to go up to Burlington, go skiing, go to Montreal, and go back to Burlington. I'm like, they're going to be in Warren. So they're going to do Burlington, Warren, skiing, Montreal, and then back to Burlington. I'm like, that sounds like a magical thing. I'm like, have you ever been up there? They're like, no. And I'm like, what are you going to do up there? Just kind of see the cool, chill ass place. They're like, yeah, we're going to do that. And we're going to go skiing. I'm like, have you ever skied before? No, never skied before. Now, they're from like Portugal. So like they've never like been in a lot of like heavy snow. So I guess in the mountains of Portugal, probably, but I don't
they don't
think
really have mountains in Portugal.
I thought they did on the border. No?
There's like, I recall looking this up during either the Euro, I think it was during the Euro Championship for soccer a few years ago, because I decided I was going to root for who had the better skiing area. It was Portugal and
Oh.
somebody else, and there's like one or two like little hills they have there, but Portugal does not
Oh.
really have much skiing at all.
Oh, okay. So that kind of fits. And they're like, they're not used to cold. We're in Florida, the whole thing. And I'm like, that's pretty awesome. Like, so they said they're gonna go skiing. And I'm like, that's awesome. You ever been skiing before? No. And I'm like, okay, so that's pretty cool. You do this, where are you gonna go? And I'm kind of giving them pointers. And then they tell me, like, yeah, I don't have any clothes for skiing. So like I gotta go out and buy all this new clothes. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, so you plan this trip where you're going to spend a lot of money on a hotel, car, flights, the whole thing to do a sport that you've never done before. And now you're going to have to rent everything, get lift tickets, all that costs too. Now it's, I got to get a ski jacket, a helmet, like all the gear, the cold weather gear. I'm like, that sucks. You know what I mean?
It's
Like,
so cost prohibitive for beginners, and we talk about this.
yeah.
We've talked about this with tons of people, especially the Pugliese at Ski Talk.
Oh,
And you're
it's
like, how
crazy.
do you create a comfortable boot for a first time user who's renting?
Yeah.
And I think it was actually Fisher who, with the BOA, they're doing something where they're putting the BOA out, or they're going to in the future. Not under NDA, I can say this. They're doing
Mm,
like a rental version of it, so you can get more of a custom, comfortable
yeah.
fit than having to just buy some old inside the
Crappy
liners
boot.
all
Yeah.
crusty and busted up.
Well, it's more comfortable in general for people,
Yeah,
They
for
adjust it
sure.
however they need, and
And
there
that's how
you
you
go.
get people to love the sport, is to have a good time when they first do it. And
But think of the barrier of, oh, I need a jacket. I'm gonna freeze my nuts off.
mhm.
Yeah, you're gonna have to, even for a cheap jacket, you're gonna pay what, $150? Like just for a jacket,
Oh, easily.
right?
Well,
Then you're gonna get
this top
some
of the line one
socks,
at H&M is
you know.
300. Yeah.
Right.
It's
Then
just
you get
shell though. That's, you're not
yeah,
talking like like a mid layer, base
yeah,
layer. Like it's so insane. And that's what made Big Snow one of the cool things they did there. I mean, it everything as part
they
of
rent it all.
your rental.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
I
get
love
your
that.
pants, your jacket, your helmet, it's gloves, everything. So if you want to just try it out, you can just try it out. As long as you get a
Yeah.
little Lysol, a little squirt in there, and you're good to go.
Yeah. It's you almost wish, and I know ski areas now they have helmet rental, which is great because then you don't have to travel with it, or if somebody doesn't have it, you get them with a helmet, safer, it's happier, the whole thing. But just other equipment, like I think I've seen some equipment rentals where they'll rent jackets and gloves and things like that, but that's totally, you know, it's prohibitive to where if I didn't know what I was doing and I was going to go for the first time, I might be like, yeah, I don't need to drop another $500 on getting gear that I'm never going to use again,
Oh yeah,
potentially.
especially for
Right.
yeah. Forget
I
that.
mean,
Yeah, that's nuts.
it is crazy, but I'm glad they're doing it. Good for them. Hopefully they love the sport and they want to go back, and well, just interesting.
I love this purple
The-
jacket. I'm telling you.
You love that jacket, and
Love that jacket.
I'm glad you love it too. And I like how they came out with this collection.
Yeah. We gotta talk to someone at H&M. Get us some jackets.
I'm writing it down. H&M
Let's go.
sponsorship opportunities.
Let's
We could
go.
work out a good deal with them. Just saying, if anybody from H&M is there.
Yeah. Well, I guess that wraps up the good old ski news this week. So let's go into the main topic. And as we talked about earlier, last time we saw each other was up at the Snowbound Expo, which was
Yeah, it
2
seems like
weeks
so
ago.
long ago. Yeah.
Yes, it was an awesome time. It was tough. Timing wise for me, it was really tough because we had some stuff going on at home here. Bunch of things actually. I was getting sick right as I was taking the train up, but we still soldiered on. We got to meet some folks that we only knew from emails.
Hey, that first night hanging out with new buddies from the ski areas, going mini golfing at, what was it called? Putt World or something? Or Putt something?
Oh yeah, what was it called?
It's Putt something.
It was definitely Putt Shack, right?
Putt Jack. Yeah,
Putt
it was a lot
Shack,
of fun.
Boston. Yeah, that was really fun.
Good
So
hanging
yeah,
out with
shout
those
out
guys.
to our friends Andrew, Oliver, and Warlock, who we
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a Thursday night, and I'll tell you, after both of us were up early, traveling all day, we went to a couple of events,
We went
and
strong.
then at what 10:30, 11, we're like, we're going out because we were the old guys hanging out with the younger guys that night.
Yeah.
But
They all
for
thought we
sure,
weren't going to make it out, and there we are.
no, and I was dying, and we didn't have really dinner. Like they had some appetizers at the one media event. They had some terrible pizza at the brewery, and then luckily this putt shack has a full bar and restaurant, and they were still serving. Which,
Yeah.
if you're in Boston, that town closes down pretty early.
It's
And I think,
surprisingly strange. I didn't
yeah,
understand how it closed so early. Like everything's shut down.
I think the district that we were in, the Seaport district over there, I think
Mm.
there's a lot of newer stuff, and I think things are a little more, I don't know if lenient or they're open a little bit later there. It seemed like than some other areas of town, but luckily this place was still serving food, and we all just gorged on
Yeah.
flatbreads, whatever they call pizza these days. But
In the
everything was
future, I
weird.
think we need a handler. We
And
need
it's funny,
somebody to like, hey, you guys got to eat this. You know?
yeah. Well, we talked about it too. Like, it's funny, everything on the menu, it was like they were trying too hard, and there was always one ingredient that you're like, why is this? Why is this in this? And it ruined the whole thing. So it's like, hey, we got a meat lovers pizza. We got pepperoni, sausage, and pimento loaf. You're like, why the fuck are you putting pimento loaf in here? Like, what purpose does this serve? But it's like
Yeah.
one weird thing they would put, and we all kind of talked about it after. Like, I was like, I said this, I was thinking the same thing.
Like a
But
regular pizza with a balsamic drizzle. What? Why?
not even that. It
What
would
a
be
regular
something.
fucking pizza.
It would be something like plus sour cream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just totally off the wall. But yeah, we had a great time. We did the putt check. I know, just getting back to our hotel, we were just like zombies. We're like, oh my god, I just want to freaking
We
crash.
rolled it around what 1, 2 o'clock.
It was about just about 1 o'clock. Like, we got in late. Like, I don't stay up that late anymore ever. So, but we had a great time with those guys. Those guys are super cool. I hope we get up to Stratton and to definitely going to Stratton because
Is
Icon
it
Pass.
Stratton, Bromley, and
They're both Stratton.
Stratton. Okay.
Warlock and Andrew were both Stratton, and then
Okay.
Oliver was over at Bromley. So they were
Nice.
awesome. Then the next day, we had like kind of a later start because the show didn't open until 3 o'clock. We finally found a breakfast place, which took us like an hour to find because
We were there with the construction workers. I loved it.
it was
our kind of place.
we were like the sissy little white collar.
It was in a
clown.
warehouse. So like to find the place, we're like walking around like dipshits. Like, I don't know where this place is. And then we see this tiny little sign. We're like, oh, there it is. And you walk in and it's like you're breaking into like a warehouse, and you open up the door and you're like, all right, this is it. And everybody's there with their hard hats, ready to go to work. And they're looking at us like, oh, the fucking corporate assholes are here.
Yeah, all these queers from corporate here. Gonna take our jobs.
Well, it is. Got a breakfast sandwich, sat there and hung out. It was kind of fun.
Yeah, it was good. Then we went to the show. We we talked to the folks from the Quebec folks had a lunch for media,
that
which
was nice.
Yeah,
they had the best s'mores.
The s'mores were good. Everything was really delicious. A lot of
they had. So I made marshmallows. And it's not hard to make marshmallows, but it's weird when you're used to like the fluffy little marshmallow in the bag that you take out and you're like, oh, here's a marshmallow. You actually make it's like a loaf, and you cut it and you have like this thick piece of marshmallow. And you're like, this is actually what a marshmallow is, not that fluffy Stay Puff, Jet Puff, or whatever the hell that thing is.
Awful.
And that's what they had. They had these big loaves, and they would cut that, put it with the graham cracker, and like and they had like the chocolate sauce, and it was just delicious. I was like, ooh, that was good.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was pretty special.
Yeah. So that was fun. And then we got to, it got pretty crowded there, but we got to go see, our pals, Rob and Ryan Delana. That we're going to have them on in a couple of weeks. They just wrote a book, and Ryan's story is absolutely incredible. I don't know if you started reading it yet. I would highly recommend it. It's a
I'm going to race through it this weekend. That's on my list.
It's a really entertaining read. Once you start getting into it, it's great. It's called Without Restraint, and it's about, I mean, it's Rob is the father, Ryan is the son. Ryan had a crazy rough, he was kind of very ADHD, and just the things he went through as a kid and the schools they put him in was just horrible. But skiing saved his life. That's actually what the tagline is. How skiing saved my son's life, and it's unbelievable. It really is a cool story, and they are great people. We got to meet them, hang out with them. We saw our boy Miles from Rollerblade. I did some rollerblading over there at their tent. We gave the 8 o'clock coffee guys the most genius viral
those guys are fun
feedback for what they should have done. And I'm going to tell you guys now, because they should have done it and they didn't do it. Maybe they did it the next day. But 8 o'clock coffee. 8 o'clock coffee is like, it punches above its weight in terms of how good the quality of the coffee is.
It was rated one of the best coffees. I think they did a ranking like 2 years ago. I saw something. I'm like, holy crap, like far above what you would think.
So they're giving out, some free coffees. I think they have like 2 or 3 different roasts. They're giving it out. It's really good. And they have the guy who's in like the 8 o'clock coffee bag inflated suit.
Yeah.
We said to the guy, we're like, bro, why don't you just roll into Starbucks at like 7:58 in the morning because it's 8 o'clock coffee, and just be like, tick tock, and then like as soon as it hits 8 o'clock, be like, oh, it's 8 o'clock now, and just like run around the store.
It's my time. It's my time now.
My time.
Start hitting coffee out of people's hands. Like, put your coffee down. It's my time. It's my time.
Starbucks, do that at Dunkin', do it at all the big coffee shops. And the guy's like, we saw him the next day. We're like, he's like, oh, dude, he's like, somebody took the suit and I couldn't find it. And I'm like, you guys got a mole. You got a Starbucks mole who's trying to make sure that doesn't happen.
Somebody from the inside make it so that didn't happen.
But they got a kick out of that. So they were fun to hang out with.
Yeah. But anyway, so we're at the it was called Bonjour Quebec. They did a whole event and it was awesome. They did, they showcased all the Quebec and all the many snow ski areas, and not just for skiing, just for winter fun. They had all sorts of stuff that they do, and they highlighted. They did a pretty good job of it, and we were lucky enough that the Minister of Quebec Tourism was there, so we got a chance to talk to her, and we did an interview with her. So Caroline Proulx. So we had a nice sit down with her and spoke to the other people from Quebec, and it was pretty awesome. So
yeah, I think it's a pretty short interview. Hopefully the audio is as good as we think it was, and we think you guys will enjoy it and learn more about Quebec. So here it is.
This is Mario and Brian. We're here with Caroline Proulx.
Hello, Mario and Brian.
Hello, thank you for joining us.
Please, happy to be.
So, coming to this event, we had some ideas about, what, the big push now with Quebec. We're hearing a lot about it. With travel and tourism, you being the minister of it.
Yep.
So what's the focus right now?
Well, basically, we're pushing on winter. We have a long love relationship between East Coast, New England, Mid-Atlantic. A lot of Quebecers are coming down south during the summer vacation, the ocean, the beach.
Yeah.
And we have this long relationship with Quebec's delegation in Boston, which was open in 1970.
Oh, wow.
It's 1940 for New York. So we have, it's Quebec's first market is the United States, obviously. But winter, we're really pushing on that, not only for skiing reasons, but festival, events, all mixed together. There's not only after ski, there's great parties after ski within a festival itself, like Carnival of Quebec that's going to last this year up to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So you go ski to Saint-Anne, you go ski to Le Massif in Charlevoix, and then you come back down to gorgeous Quebec City and just attend the parties that, most of the events are free, by the way, free.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're thinking about this year, maybe in March, getting to hit up to Ski Le Massif with the Club Med folks. So,
oh, yeah.
And they're really pushing as that being their gateway to North America.
It is. It's the first North American Club Med 4 season. They chose Quebec out of you guys, United States, and the rest of Canada.
Yeah.
They chose Quebec for the quality of the snow itself. But I think when we ski, yes, we love the Rockies, we love the scenery. When we love skiing, we love the scenery also.
Right.
But the specifics of Le Massif is that you literally feel that you are going to land on the St. Lawrence Seaway.
Wow.
When we take pictures of the Delirium dive in Alberta and we send it to the friends, they never get the feeling, of the woo we got when we jump, right?
Right.
It's the same thing with, just explaining that you are going to land in the St. Lawrence Seaway. There's nothing like living it, skiing it. There's great, how do you say sous-bois?
Glades.
Glades.
Oh,
Yeah,
glade skiing.
Super nice snow.
Right.
So it's really out of the ordinary experience, especially with Club Med.
So now, advice for people going for the first time. How do you think they should go about that? Would it be search up on the internet, contact your office? Like, what would be some advice for that?
Get a passport.
Yeah, well, of course.
First thing,
yeah.
get a passport. 30% rebate. Now that's an incentive.
Yeah.
I just paid $1.42 Canadian for $1 US.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a great rebate for you guys. Time zone, no problem for that with the East Coast. And then you just go on bonjourquebec.com.
Bonjourquebec.com.
BONJOUR Quebec.com.
Okay.
You'll have all the ski resorts, all the accommodations, the best time to ski, when to go, where to eat, what you do with after skiing. So it's really basically on Quebec's government website. There's everything. We have French, English, Spanish, so everybody can surf on that website and find the accurate info.
All right, favorite places to ski in Quebec?
That's a tricky one.
It's a loaded question.
Well, it is a loaded question for Quebec's tourism minister, but okay,
it's
I'll
not to say
start.
anything about anywhere else. It's just
No.
everybody has
I
their
started
favorite, right?
at Tremblant. I started at Mont Tremblant, so of course I have like a sentimental thing, seeing myself in the T-bar and just crying because I couldn't get the thing with the T-bar.
Yeah.
And my mother would come and say, "Come on, you can do it." It was
Look at you now.
just about it was just about 8, 9 years old. So Tremblant is a special place for me. That's way back when, like end of 1974. That's a long time ago.
Okay.
But this is where I fell in love with skiing. If you can ski Tremblant, you can ski anywhere in the world after that.
Yeah.
So especially on the north side, I don't know if you guys ski Tremblant.
I've been there, yeah.
On the north side,
Yeah.
north side is very windy,
Yep.
kind of tough. This is where you learn to ski. If
A
you
little
can ski,
chilly. If you could manage it, you're good.
well, back in '76, the equipment was not the equipment that we got. I got Lench plastic boots way back when with freezing foot.
Yeah.
So now it's very different. But you learn at Tremblant you can ski
Yeah.
basically anywhere in the world after that.
Yeah, that backside is really nice. They got all the trails in the back and glades. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many glades.
that's a lot of fun.
I kissed a few trees there. I kissed a few trees.
That's what's terrible.
Your season in Quebec, then, is it a decent amount longer than you would get in New England here, like a Vermont or New Hampshire?
Well, just last year, I don't know how many in foot, but I got in my region, La Naudière, 335 centimeters, which is what?
A lot of inches.
Yeah, do your math. I don't know.
6 feet, 6.5 feet of snow.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of snow. We had a lot of snow.
And it keeps for a lot longer, right? Like, because New England, I think, thaws out a little, depending on the year, a little bit earlier. Probably.
We can start as early as the first week of December. There's already snowmaking at Mont Tremblant right now because of the World Cup, Women's World Cup. There's also some snow being done. Saint-Sauveur is open.
Wow.
And up in the mountains, there's snow in Les Monts Valin, way up Saguenay-Lac-Saint-Jean. Great place to ski also.
Okay.
So yeah, we start earlier and we finish later than you guys.
That's great.
Spring ski is kind of cool too. You know, you had a good season. Get a tan.
Just enjoy it.
Grab a good Quebecois beer and just enjoy the slopes.
All right.
There you go.
And would you say that it sounds like culture is a big part of what makes it a different experience than going to Vermont or New Hampshire? Would you say it's more of like a European feel?
I don't know if, I've skied in Europe. You guys skied in Europe. After ski, there's no festival going on and around the city while you just, left the slopes. You have Christmas markets that are super cool in Quebec City.
Oh, nice.
So you just change, put your big hugs on, and just go to the Christmas market. And like I said, Carnaval de Québec. I mean, this is really fun. You just stop your day, go eating in Quebec City, and there's tons of events that are free. I didn't see that in Europe. I didn't see that in Whistler. I didn't see that in Alberta.
Yeah.
I didn't see it in Italy, France, Switzerland. Didn't see
We
it.
don't really have the big city there, like we have Quebec City.
Yeah.
You don't really have that anywhere in Europe, you know, because everything, the big cities are so far away
Correct.
from
Yeah.
the mountains. So
Well,
it's
you could have it in Chamonix, you know. They could have like,
Chamonix,
you know, some winter festival or events, which they don't.
yeah.
It's
Right.
their business. We decide to combine ski, pleasure, eating, and festival all together,
That's
just
good.
to make a great winter.
Yeah.
It sounds like it would be really good for families too, right?
Families, and there's a lot of more and more women are single travelers. Super safe
Oh,
to
great.
travel in Quebec. You know, sometimes traveling as a woman can be
It's a little intimidating, yeah.
sometimes, but you just hop on your car, put your skis in the car, and single women traveling in Quebec is extremely, extremely safe.
That's good for single guys.
Single men, yeah. The word is out.
Match
Yeah.
made in
Word is
heaven,
out.
right?
Exactly. Absolutely. You nailed it. You nailed it perfectly.
It's a place for love.
Absolutely. Yeah. Fall in love in Quebec and never leave. Yeah.
All right. Well, have a great expo here today.
Thank you.
We're going to be going around, and we'll stop by and say hi again. But it was very nice speaking to you.
Thank you, Mario. Thank you,
Brian.
Brian.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Great
Bye.
ski season, guys.
Yes.
All right, you too.
Hope you guys enjoyed that. Learned a bit about Quebec. We'll have some links in the show notes if you want to check out some of the ski areas up there or get more information. Because again, with the dollar as strong as it is now against the Canadian dollar, you really can get a tremendous deal going up to Quebec. And there are some hidden treasures. And it's pretty much a winter festival up there almost every weekend.
Yeah, they
They
put
have
on
a-
some cool events and a
And I
lot of
wish-
free stuff,
I
right?
wish I had that paper that gave us that sheet about Montreal. There's a big winter festival. I think it's the first week in March.
Oh, I got it right there.
Okay, so it's 2 weeks. It's the last week in
February
February.
29th through March 10th.
It's free, and it's just this huge winter festival in Montreal.
It's a
What are-
festival. They have like all this like cool like a gastronomic. They say gastronomic program. So basically, a lot of good food, a lot of fun, like skating. They set up this whole skate thing like in the city in Quebec, in Quebec City.
Quebec City
Yes.
has the canals that freeze every winter, so you can skate on the canals.
Yeah, and they do like free skate rental, and you just go and just kind of skate around. Like it's just all for fun, and they say it's pretty romantic. It's not like a party animal place, but they say they do a good job, and it's pretty awesome. It looks pretty cool.
And
So-
food is a big focus. Food, family,
Yeah,
winter, like it seems like a
food,
Really good
family, and I'm not going to say the last F. Just saying, use your
holy
imagination.
smokes. If you want a bigger family.
And that was
Okay.
fun.
Oh, yes. That too.
Otherwise known as fun. But we may be going up to Quebec. We'll see. We're looking at March. We're trying to talk to our buddies over in Quebec about going up there for a media tour, and we'll let you know.
We'll keep you posted. Thank you so much for listening. We do appreciate it. Check us out, skibumpodcast.com, or on the socials, X, Instagram, Facebook, Untapped, at Ski Bum Podcast, and YouTube, also at Ski Bum Podcast. Patreon, help us out. Patreon.com/Ski Bum Podcast. Join us. Become one of our patrons and help us grow and evolve the podcast. If you want some gear, you can still do some training. Get ready for the season. 10,000.cc. Use the code BSchneider15. 15% off. Go to our shop too. skibumpodcast.com/shop. Get some gear, get some swag. We'll have some sales for Black Friday week.
Rock a hat, rock a shirt, a mug.
You two could be as gorgeous, as awesome as we are. Or send us an email, skibumpodcast@gmail.com. Thank you so much for listening. We do appreciate it. And we'll talk to you guys next week.
Stay high, stay falutin'.
See ya.